Welcome, my sweet listeners, and allow me, on this, the day of the Arc 3 finale, to tell you about our sponsor, the Tomb of Mercy from Cobalt Press. In this 8th level D&D adventure, you travel to the Wasted West to unseal the Tomb of Mercy, which houses arcs to preserve the souls of humanity from an infernal invasion. Tomb of Mercy includes special timekeeping and resurrection mechanics to keep the pace exciting and the plot moving along. 3 printable sets of cards for use during play, 6 new monsters, 9 new magic items, and 6 pre-generated level 8 characters. Prepare to delve into the Tomb of Mercy, where the 6-horned daughter of Famine and her minions await. Head to cobaltpress.com or DriveThruRPG to pick up the Tomb of Mercy now.
Is it cold where you are, Rudy?
Yeah, I think the snow's all melted, but it snowed last week.
What's the
That's sickening that the snow's all melted. I'm so jealous I could kill you.
What's the temperature, Rudy?
It's like 50 degrees.
Holy shit.
Well, we
That's
have.
You
we
chose
have
where you
weather,
live,
Rudy.
It
okay?
just snowed
you chose
like
it.
30,
No, we didn't.
30
I-
inches.
what?
You're old enough
My
to leave.
Yeah.
Not financially stable enough.
Sure.
And I also won't leave.
It's 31 degrees
Ever?
here, so we're...
Not permanently.
For like
I
a
would-
day and come back.
No. I would move away for like years even, but I'd come back here.
Yeah, I understand
like
that
everybody
feeling.
from Minnesota. You can't leave Minnesota.
No.
It will drag you back. The
Yeah.
state will come and physically manifest in your
Yeah.
room.
It
and
is a
drag you back.
curse. Like, I woke up and I was surrounded by trees when I
I
was in
sat
New
by
York.
a man on the airplane that was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, as he was saying it, I was literally like, "Oofta!" No, as I was sitting down, and then I was like, "Wait, shit." I'm from Minnesota, sorry. Do you not know what oofta is?
I have no idea what it is.
What?
That's
a
like our
Minnesotan.
state stereotype. It's like an effort noise. It's a
Yeah.
Swedish thing. You
I
say it
say
when you like
oofta.
lift things or you sit down. Or
I
you
say
get
a lot
up.
of things. I will never say oofta.
I say oofta constantly.
No,
I'd say the
not
most
for me.
Minnesotan thing that I...
Ope.
Ope.
It's when
Yeah, I
you-
say ope
Yeah,
all the time.
Kat and I both do that constantly.
Constantly. And it's...
Rudy, in New Jersey, when you try to get like behind someone and like you have to say excuse me, do you say like let me just sneak by you? Do you say that or is that too creepy?
Because we say it all the
I
time here.
go, move the fuck over.
No, we're here. It's if you almost run into someone, like they open a door that you were about to open. The response is whoop.
Yeah. Ope. Ope.
There's just a huge article about it.
Yeah.
And it'll make you realize
Yeah,
you've been
everything
programmed
about you.
by
Yeah.
Minnesota this whole time. You're actually made of casserole in a skin suit.
Hot dish.
Let's play D&D. Hi, I'm Kat. I'm your DM.
Hey, it's me, Noelle, and I was about to say I play D&D.
You do. It's true.
I play Fran, and I'm very tired.
I'm Sophia. I play Leica, and I'm watching Caitlin move a dice around a table with a candy cane pen, kind of like a really festive poker player.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and I've just had my dice confiscated from me by Noelle. And I play Corbin.
It's my dice now. Fuck you. I don't have a soul.
Hey, my name is Rudy Basso. I'm playing Zeroff, a half-elf fighter.
Yeah, boy.
I saw the dice being stolen, and Caitlin, I will act as a witness. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
This
You're
is my
going to
dice.
court. Going to court.
You're going to fucking jail.
This is my dice.
Anyway,
Kat, what happened last time? Because I genuinely don't know.
all right. Last time, the Guardians snuck into the Blue Palace, past a stone sentry. You came up into a little staging room between the kitchens and the feast hall, and you saved some servants in the kitchen from their mercenary guards. Then you went upstairs to the king's apartment and found Zaroth there. He had been locked in by the Gray Manacle after he bungled everything. So you...
All right. That's a strong word. Okay.
As you were talking with Zaroth, Grab, one of the Gray Manacle leaders, made a speech outside on the high walls of the city, revealing that he has Dawson's champion, Diamond, and some other nobles being held captive. In particular, they have a young girl who the king called Ida. Grab said he would kill his hostages if the king didn't turn himself in by sunrise, and then pushed one of the nobles off the wall to his death. So, that's where you guys are now.
How long is it until sunrise?
Probably 5 hours.
Leica's just gonna very gently pull the king away from the window and as like quickly as she can.
The king struggles against you as he watches Grav march the others off of the wall. He turns and his eyes fix on you, Zaroth. He says, Where are they keeping the prisoners? My daughter. My wife was in the castle. Where did they put them?
They're in the dungeons. That's where the prisoners go.
That makes sense.
We have to go. We have to get them. My daughter. That was my daughter, Ida. We have to go. And he immediately starts walking for the door.
Wait, I grab onto him. We have like 5 hours. We gotta stop and think about this. I'm assuming he's physically dragging me.
Yeah.
Because Fran is made of, she's an origami person.
Leica immediately jumps in front of the door and says, listen, I'd love to meet your daughter, but let's
You have to admit that's pretty funny.
That was really smooth.
thank you. But let's hold on for a minute. So we need to get to the machine so you can turn the water on, and we need another one of you to go deal with those prisoners. Luckily, one of us happens to be very good at illusions. So maybe we can make this work. We also have 5 hours.
I cast a minor illusion of his face on my face.
Oh my god.
Wait, I can help. Not everyone knows that I've been stuck in this room. A lot of the Gray Manacles still think that I'm a member, an officer. The last time one of you tried to pretend to be someone else, it didn't go so great from what I recall.
It went really good.
We all protest.
I slowly turn to look at you with the king's face on my face. And it's like not like a disguised self illusion, like it looks bad. It's like if you got a tattoo of someone's face on your own face.
I say, wow, there are 2 kings in the room. Which one's the real one? I can't even tell.
And you'll never be able to tell. I say.
Right.
My water hair is enormous.
But I could say that I'm taking you to the dungeon as prisoners, or I can get us access to the water machine. I can help. Please let me help.
Leica waits a beat, and then she looks at Mary, and she says, so, after working for the Gray Manacle, you're really okay with joining forces with us, even though, she points to Mary, we are working with a god?
Mary signs, technically I don't think I'm a god, if that helps.
Technically, she doesn't think she's a god.
Yeah.
Does that help?
I don't care about any of that, to be honest. I joined because Mila said to join this group and that they would give me a place to sleep and food to eat at night.
This dude's
This
got
god
it bad.
I really
Fran! Fran, please!
You should ask about the boar god, though.
What about the boar god?
When I was an orphan growing up, every harvest festival there'd be a big feast, and everyone would get fed. They would do a big pig roast in the middle of the city, and everyone had some food. So I wanted to kill the boar god because I wanted to throw the biggest festival in Danmar and feed all of the orphans, and everyone would have a good time.
That's a pure fucking motivation. What the hell?
Yeah, that's really noble.
It's almost like you're a character with,
It's like your
you have-
character
it's-
with depth.
I feel like you just gained a new dimension to me.
The king comes over and he puts a shaking hand on your shoulder, Zaroth, and he says, son, it seems like you got mixed up with the wrong people. And if you can help me get my daughter and my wife back, I will gladly accept your help.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Alright, but I want some changes and things too, and I jab a finger in the king's chest.
Hey!
'Cause-
Hey! I step
Hey.
between them.
Hey, he doesn't have a boob window yet. You can't do that.
Yet? Is that your goal? Are we all gonna have boob windows?
Well,
Corbin, what dark purpose do you have?
look, I don't tell you guys everything.
Corbin
Son.
has described the color of his pee to me every day for the entire time I've known him, including the first day we met.
Yeah, and I don't tell you everything.
I'm not a doctor, Corbin.
Today it was really dark.
So, anyways,
We're all dehydrated.
Leica looks to Zaroth and the king and says, "You guys know this area better than any of us. Do you have any suggestions for what we should do first?"
Sumi knows how important your wife and daughter are. She won't have taken them far away from her. She's at the Great Dome, so I imagine they'll be close by. But if Sumi sees me, she will kill me. If she sees me outside of my apartments, she will kill me.
Son, these are my apartments, just so we're clear. They're not
Okay.
yours.
Oh, all right. I mean, there's bigger things happening right now. We don't have to get into semantics. Okay. Whose apartments or what?
You have destroyed many of my things, and I just wanted it to be clear that this isn't... They're not yours.
So everything that we need to get is in the same place. What's
Alright.
the best way to get to the Great Dome?
We'll need to head up to the 3rd floor. The mechanism is, rather hard to reach. It is in the ceiling of the Great Dome.
Okay.
There's not actually a, walkway up there. It's a security measure that was designed a very long time ago.
How many people do you need to start the mechanism back up? Only you?
Well, assuming I can reach the center of the dome, I think I can do it on my own. I'll be honest, I have not ever actually started or stopped the machine. It has gone since time immemorial.
How did they stop it?
Well, my steward would have kept the other key, and my steward was here in the palace, so I imagine they must have found some way up to the dome and used his key.
If Corbin casts Spider Climb on the king, Corbin could go with in bird form, and then we could create a distraction. Does that sound like a good plan?
No, you don't look at me. I'm not going to tell you.
Kat, will you tell us if it will succeed?
Kat, can you
Kat.
please confirm or deny the success of this plan?
Is it a good plan, or like what?
So you guys head out of the king's apartments. You're ready? You ready for this?
And we are all pretending to be prisoners, right? Yeah.
Okay. So you guys head out into the hallway now. You have one dead guard, which...
Ah, perfect. I look down, I see the beheaded guard that one-shotted, and I go, "Oh, Greg!" Oh, well, you were kind of a dick. And I take his sword.
Fran is now sure that Zaroth is a psychopath.
What?
Well,
Oh my god.
Leica thinks Zaroth's all right.
All right. So as soon as Zaroth yells, 3 crossbows point toward him, and then lower. And as the 3 archers all look at each other, a little unsure, and the closest one jogs over and he goes, "Lieutenant Zaroth, we didn't know you were here. What's going on? What happened to Greg?" As he looks,
I don't know. He's dead, apparently.
Double check him.
the king, and he raises his crossbow suddenly as he realizes that you have the king in tow. Where did you find him?
He was hiding in the apartments. But I found
But
him. Good
wasn't-
job, soldier.
Wasn't he was out the whole kidnapping plan.
No, that was misinformation spread to confuse everyone else.
You need to make a deception roll, buddy.
I sure do. I rolled a 7.
Commander Zayroth.
Are we in line of sight? Everyone else has line of sight on us, or just
Yeah,
this guy?
all
They
three,
do?
yeah. Yeah, they sure do. And all of them are now slowly raising their crossbows, and the one says, Lieutenant Zayroth, what is going on?
My hands are bound, right?
Well, they're bound.
I mean,
Pretend
loosely.
bound.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I really want to throw this head at one of the guards.
Do it, and then we'll just run.
I do soccer tricks with the head.
This is horrible.
As Corbin does that, Fran yells, "Greg lives!"
Corbin, please make an athletics check.
Oh! 21.
God, yeah, you do it.
And I kick it at one of the guards.
You kick it at him. I guess roll for initiative, guys.
That'll be 15.
Okay.
I got 10.
I got 20, but not
I
natural.
got a 23.
Zayroth, you were at the top of the order.
All right, I'm gonna hit this guy with the butt end of my sword. I don't want to stab him.
Okay.
15,
That'll hit.
9 damage, and I will hit him again for 8 damage.
He is not down.
All right.
But he
All right,
is-
well, hold on. I'll use my action surge. 11 damage.
Good.
I'm just wailing on this guy with my sword, just smashing him.
you whack him good in the head and he goes down.
Brain damage.
At least Greg's still alive.
All right.
So true.
The other two are not in range of where you are at the moment. They
Unless
are.
we have ranged attacks.
That's true. But the king does not, and it is his turn next. So the king creates a puddle of water on the floor and instantly freezes it as one of the other archers runs into position, and he is going to take a shot at the king.
Is he running on the ice?
No, he stops clear of the ice for the moment. Yeah, the king takes a crossbow bolt to the shoulder, and, you know.
It
does the
hurts
thing.
him.
It hurts. Yeah, so the king takes a crossbow bolt to the shoulder. Continue. It's now Fran's turn.
Is the ice slick more than 10 feet wide?
And we'll say no.
Okay, then I'm going to run to the other side of the ice slick. And then I'm going to cast Poison Spray. Poison Spray.
Some get sprayed and others feel the pain.
Okay, that's 20, but not natural. And I do 12 damage.
All right.
As gas floats across the icy surface,
All right.
stinking everything it touches.
It stinks it all up, and
Ew.
he is coughing, and it is now Laika's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to go attack the one who is closest to the door that we need to get through. And I'm going to have Gingy come with me.
Whoa!
That's That's a natural 20.
That's not going to do it.
Yes,
it
super
super does.
Okay. 26 damage for my first attack.
Yeah, you kill him.
I do non-lethal damage. I knock him out. I hit him with the flat of my blade on his
Okay.
head.
I'm imagining you just sort of running up to him, jumping, and just bopping him on the head with the flat of your blade. And
Yep.
he just crumples like a paper doll. All right, Corbin, you're up.
Who's left?
There's just the guard on the other side of the ice slick, and he's not looking good.
How far can I? Is he far? Can I?
Can you phrase that as a question?
The answer is yes.
I want to run around the ice lick and give him a soft caress with the tip of my spear.
Ooh, I don't like that.
I love it.
But Corbin, I don't know that. I mean, you can run over it. You'll just have to make a dexterity save.
Hey, I'm gonna go run across the stupid slick.
All right,
And I'm gonna aim myself at him so that if I do slip, I can hopefully just like careen into him.
Slide into him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
make a
With the
dex.
spear.
Make a dex check.
18.
Okay, and now roll to hit.
Get him.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, nice. So
Oh.
you take a running start on this ice and then just slide with your
Yeah.
spear right into this
Yeah,
man.
I do.
Are you doing lethal damage?
I'll do non-lethal, but I want him pinned.
Yeah. So you just slide. Your spear goes into his shoulder
Yep.
and knocks him over, and you pin him to the floor.
Yep, and then I rip it out.
He screams.
Oh no.
He screams very loud.
Yeah.
And you hear from below the sound of people going, "What was that? It was upstairs."
Oh.
And the guards are coming up the stairs, and there's just split seconds before they're going to see you. So the king looks at the 5 of you and then opens up the door to your side and starts pushing you into the apartment.
No. You seem very noble, but I push him, like, I kind of guide his pushes in a very, like, wonderful judo move that Fran has suddenly learned. And then I use his momentum against him and let him go into the door.
Oh.
And then I point at Zeroth and I say, you, come with me.
I say, okay, and then I look at the king and I say, stop trying to be a hero and lead for once.
We shut the door and I immediately cast an illusion of manacles on my wrists.
When on the other side of the door, Leica goes up to the king and she's like, do you need healing? Because that was a sick burn.
The king is just he's just blinking in surprise. He's very shocked. No one has ever spoken to him that way.
Corbin pats his arm reassuringly. Says nothing.
Okay. So Fran and Zeroth, the guards come pounding up the steps and stop up short when they see you, Zeroth, and they go, hey, you're not supposed to be out of your rooms.
I hock a loogie and spit at Zeroth.
Okay. Commander Sumi had me on a special mission. This blue person, was trying to infiltrate our structure. So I was personally trying to capture her, and I have succeeded in doing so.
Roll deception for me, Zeroth. I'll say your spitting gave him advantage.
Okay, cool.
Oh my god, I rolled a 2 and a 3. This game really just...
Okay, well, so they say, I'm pretty sure that Sumi said you were supposed to stay in your rooms and out of the way. You're coming with us.
I spit on him, too.
Do we hear this on the other side of the door?
How many of them are there, Kat?
You see in front of you 4 guards, right where you are.
Do I know how many guards are stationed within this area?
You would. You would know there's like 15 guards on the lower floor in the gardens. You've killed the 4 guards that are up here. Sumi has 6 of her most elite guards in the rotunda with her. And that these 4 are part of that 6.
Oh, yeah, back to my quarters. You got me, guys. You can just lead me back to where I was before, and that'll be that.
This is a poorly run operation. You let people arrest other people, and then you arrest the people who arrested them?
The guard shakes his head. No. You are both coming to see Sumi.
I think I'm not arrested, because it's a double negative.
So the guards say, are you gonna come with us? And then he takes out his sword and he says, or do we gotta make you?
Yeah, I can come. And I stare at the sword, and I hate it. But I'm wearing gray manacles, supposedly, so I guess I can't cast any magic.
Zeroth, yours?
Yeah, I tossed down my short sword.
Good choice. And he leads you guys away. Back downstairs. So, those of you who are in the room, the king begins pacing. He says, I really wish you had let me gone down there. I wanted them to take me to my daughter. She's all alone down there. With just unfortunate nobles and that other guy.
We're gonna do this first, and then we'll take care of Gray Manacle.
Also, Fran and Zeroth are going down there, so she's not alone anymore.
She's got her 2 friends.
Her 2 best friends.
Her 2 reliable friends.
Tell them I'm nurturing.
Fran's she's great with kids.
Hey, Corbin, roll me a quick old deception check.
20, but not natural.
Whoa.
Okay, well. So the king calms down a little bit. He says, okay. All right, well, we have to get up to the top of the dome now. And he opens up the door just a crack, and he peeks out to make sure the coast is clear. What's your plan?
How do you feel about human-shaped spiders?
Bad.
Well, I've got some bad news for you, Your Majesty. You're about to become one.
Jesus.
Anyways, then I cast Spider Climb on the king.
All right. So, you guys go out into the hallway, and I'm going to have you all roll stealth checks.
Well.
I rolled a critical fail.
I got like 30.
Well, none of that matters because Corbin had a critical failure.
Did you really?
So as you are walking out the door, Corbin pretty much immediately drops his spear. And it clatters to the ground. And Fran and Zeroth, the guards who are escorting you down the stairs, turn back immediately. Say, what was that? Were there others with you?
I
No.
think my dog is up there. My pet dog.
No.
I turn into a bird and I caw really loud and I fly around in a circle to make sure the guards can see me, and then I start pecking at a dead body and I try to drag it around.
And I look up at Corbin being a crow and I say, "You stupid dog!"
Meanwhile, Mary and the king have pulled Leica back into the room where they were in, so that they do not also get caught. So the guards buy this, and they continue to lead Fran and Zeroth away. So, let's try that again.
Yeah. So you
I
could
already
remain a
planned it.
bird, too.
Yeah, I can.
You could. I mean, then you don't have to roll stealth.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yes.
Okay.
Good
So
call,
you just gotta
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys sneak up to the third floor. And as you do so, you can see into the Great Rotunda. You see below you, on the bottom level of the Great Dome, Sumi is pacing around. She is small with almost white blonde hair and very pale skin. The captives are lined up in the center of the room, surrounded by 2 Gray Manacle guards. Grav is sitting on the floor against a pillar, rubbing a bandaged arm. Zeroth and Fran, you are brought by the 4 guards to that line of prisoners, and Sumi, her head snaps up and looks at you, and Zeroth, what are you doing out of your quarters? Who is this?
I'm your worst
that-
nightmare.
Shut up, I kicked Fran.
She looks at the 4 guards and they said, "We found the 2 of them upstairs and all the guards up there are dead." And Sumi looks at you, Zeroth, and says, "Were you part of this?"
I start laughing like an anime boy. What's it really for? It felt like less. It didn't take much time at all.
Someone put her in the line with the other prisoners. And the guard behind you, Fran, shoves you down next to the princess.
Good, because I'm really good with kids.
The princess is like, by the way, the princess is like 14. She's not a child.
I'm good with small children.
Too bad the skill is not applicable here.
I say, what are you in for?
Sumi is still looking at you, Zeroth, waiting for an answer.
I'm gonna walk next to Fran and get in line too.
Sumi looks at you, Zeroth, and her pale, narrow lips tighten so much that they almost disappear. She says, "I'm very disappointed in you, Zeroth, but unfortunately unsurprised. You're a disgrace to the name of the Gray Manacle."
Kind of a dumb name, pretty unoriginal.
I kick Fran in the shins again.
Oh, God.
Someone get me a gag.
I'll be quiet.
I thought we were the good guys when I joined this, but now it's clear to me that we're the bad guys.
Sumi shakes her head at you, Zeroth, and says, "We are the good guys. They are the ones who are destroying the world for their own benefit." And she points toward the rest of the prisoners. She says, "You know what happens when these people are allowed to be in charge and to use their power over those of us who cannot defend ourselves. You've seen it, Zeroth."
I know, but cutting off the water supply to the city is not what good people do. I believed in this cause, but this is not the way to go about it. This is worse than what they do, and I point to the nobles.
What about that man on the wall? Could he defend himself? And then I immediately cower again.
"Where is that gag?" Sumi says, and then she shakes her head at you, Zeroth. Sometimes, in order to do the best thing, you must be ruthless, Zeroth.
I say, "There's a line, Sumi, and you crossed it." And I say, "Grav, you're looking better. I'm happy to see."
Shut up, Zeroth.
Your bandages. Okay.
And Grav gets up, and he comes over, and he stands over you, Zeroth, and Grav He's a big man. I mean, he's a man built like a mountain. He then bends down and looks you in the eyes, Aeroth, and he says, I know it's hard to understand, kid, but things that they've done worse than what we're doing. Sometimes, gotta crack some eggs.
It's always what the bad guy says to justify their actions.
He shrugs and says, so then we're the bad guys. We'll see how history remembers us. While all this is happening, like Corbin and the King, you're at the top of the Great Dome. The walls up here curve and meet in the center where you see there is a golden device, sort of like a keyhole, that is protruding slightly from the very point of the dome. There is a severed rope bridge up here. It looks like it had been slung across when the Gray Manacle had access to the device, but has been cut and now hangs loosely. And the king whispers, he says, so how do I do this? Do I? And he puts a hand on the wall, like testing out what is going to happen to him.
So it's on your feet. Use your feet, walk up the wall, and then you'll hang upside down and put the key in the, whatever contraption that is, and hopefully turns on the water.
Okay, all right. He puts a foot on the wall experimentally and then walks up it. He gets to the contraption and puts the key in. There is a burst of blue light, which engulfs the king for a moment. And then you hear the sound of rushing water as the city's water supply is turned on. And as the light fades around the king, he looks back at you to grin and then falls off the ceiling.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the mid-roll. This is the finale of Arc 3, my boys. We're going to have a little mini transition interstitial arc that starts up immediately in 2 weeks, so there'll be no wait on that one. And then we'll do a recap and our usual between arc rigmarole. We'll talk about that and other stuff on social media, so when you're done with this episode, be sure to check out our Twitter, Dragon Dames, our Facebook and Tumblr, Dames and Dragons, for more info, which I'm sure you will want. So I want to once again thank the wonderful Rudy Basso for his amazing performance as Zaroth, the half-elf fighter. You made this arc a lot of fun, and we all had so much fun playing with you. Please tell the people one more time where they can find you on the internet.
Yeah, thank you, Noelle. Again, it was so fun to play with all of you, with my Dex fighter. Dex-based fighter.
Okay, he was a Dex fighter.
Dex
all right,
fighter.
very specific.
Thank you, Noelle. Just wanted to note that to everyone. You can find me on Twitter at Rudy Basso, and I'm really excited to announce, I guess, I don't think I've said this anywhere else, but I have an audiobook coming out. Oh, it's not my audiobook, but I narrated Mike Shea's, it's called Fantastic Locations. It's 20 fantastic locations for your fantasy RPG. So each one is a really cool, detailed kind of area that you can just drop into your campaign. There's like crazy stuff. The Forgotten Library, or the Undercity, or the Theater of the Mind, which is a kind of like haunted theater. I know, it's got a little joke, little nudge kind of joke. But that's actually my favorite one. It's really, they're all really creative and really neat. And that's going to be on Audible if you just search Fantastic Locations. And then you can hear me in your ears on your commute reading something. Just me, no one else.
That sounds awesome. Did you want to plug anything else?
Oh, sure. And then my podcast, Have Spellbook Will Travel, havespellbook.com, fantasy, comedy, audio drama. You've been on it a couple times. You're great.
Thank you. So if you want to hear me, and more importantly, Rudy Basso and James Intricasso.
Yeah, oh yeah, I
you
do
can
that with
listen
James.
to that. So, without further ado, should we get into our sponsors?
Yeah.
So, our first sponsor for today is Code 2050, which is a lightweight rules extension for 5e D&D. And we recently played this, Rudy.
We did. We played in a one-shot with the lead designer, Matthew Stamford. It was really fun, Noelle. I had a lot of fun. Yeah. It's so simple. As, someone who knows 5th edition, this was a perfect kind of update to that in this modern, it's futuristic, really, a futuristic setting. It's set in the year 2050. And it's got everything
as
like
the name implies.
Everyone knows about D&D. It's got all the same monsters, the classes, like you were a subclass of the monk. You were a parkour monk, which means you were running around, backflipping everywhere. We had a rogue who was a hacker as well. My character was a ranger he was an urban bounty hunter. Old and new. It feels truly like the old with the new in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
It was a super fun time. And if you want to check it out, you can go to legendarypants.net/DSPN.
Yeah, they actually have the entire SRD on there. So it's in the Kickstarter right now. But if you just want to check out the rules and see what Code 2050 is about, then you can just read the SRD, which is crazy. It's awesome that they put that up for free.
Yeah, and I highly recommend it. It was super fun. Again, that is legendarypants.net/DSPN. Our other sponsor for today is Dice Envy. Can you tell us a little bit about Dice Envy?
Well, Noelle.
Yeah.
You know how important dice are.
What do you mean?
They're essential, Noelle. You need dice.
I need dice.
They do. You've played Dungeons and Dragons, right? I'm pretty sure this is a D&D podcast.
I mean, yeah. Like, can I see my dice currently right now from where I'm sitting? Sure, yeah. And I have a lot of them.
You do. Well, you could always use more dice. And in fact, you can always use more great dice. And that's what Dice Envy dice are. They're really top quality. He actually sent me a sample kit or sample set. And they're very, very nice.
So you can buy individual dice, or you can join the subscription box that starts at just $5 a month. And you can use promo code DSPN10 for 10% off your first order.
An awesome deal.
Again, that is diceenvy.com, because you can never have too many dice.
It's true.
Thanks, Rudy. I also want to thank our wonderful iTunes reviewers today. So that goes out to my boys, Gambit7984, Stella, fire emoji, Kim Con 94, CKO 2689. There's a lot of ciphers and codes going on. Paz 11, Lily Michelle, Supreme Empress, and which I love. On Patreon, thanks to our new and increasing members Garrick, Emily, Connor, Haley, John, Renee, Alex, Josh, Mark, Sam, The Granger Zone, and Rowan. I'm sorry if I thanked any of you twice. I guess that's something I could be sorry for. I don't know. You're welcome for thanking you twice. Thanks so much. Our message to Chantel today is that, Chantel, I'm so sorry that I missed our dinner because I was barfing at work. Next time, I'll hold my vomit in. And I will run directly into your arms, because Chantel, I know that's what you want. The code word is fresh out of hell. Catch you on the flip, Chantel.
And Fran and Zeroth, when you look up to see where the flash came from, you see the king free falling from the ceiling.
And I cast Featherfall on him. And I also jump up. Do the prisoners around me... Who are these prisoners again? Sorry.
There is one unfortunate noble, Diamond, and the Princess of Danmar.
All right, so I think Diamond is the only one who's useful to me. So I'm going to cast Create Water and get his manacles wet. He's wearing gray manacles, I would assume.
Yeah,
and freeze them. Smash those on the wall, you weird little man.
I tackle Grav. I rolled an 8.
An 8? Oh, no. So you just give him a hug.
I'm like, do people need water? As I hug him.
Grav just looks down at you. And I guess now we're going to roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, bad.
Oh my god. I rolled a 7.
Oh,
I got
dear.
16.
12.
So, Corbin, you are up first.
I'm gonna dive bomb in my bird form down there, and I want to try and hit Gravy. I want to get him knocked prone or knock him out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 11.
Oh boy, no. You did not hit.
Yeah.
You are not even close. You land, it's very cool. Your spear goes down, but it misses him by a good 2-3 feet.
I pretend like that's what I meant to do, and I stand up.
All right, so now it is the king's turn. He is falling and then gently floating down to the ground. So he lands on the floor of the rotunda and draws his sword, and he rushes the guards. Oh, and that hits.
Just get him.
I didn't bring up his character sheet.
Get him. Why are you talking in this voice?
I hate what's happening right now. I hate it. This is sonically horrible.
Let's get it. Get him. Light him up.
He does 9 damage to one of the guards, and now it is Fran's turn.
I'm going to cast Fireball at Sumi. Yeah, she needs to make a dexterity saving throw, try to dodge.
Okay. 22.
Okay, well, she still takes half damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's going to take 17 damage.
And next is Diamond. So Diamond is going to smash his manacles. I guess he's just going to smash them against the floor. And they shatter. And he gets to his feet, and that's all he can really do in his turn.
Yeah.
So then it's Sumi. And since you're the one who hurt her, Fran, she's going after you.
Fine. I hope she does.
All right. She draws a rapier from her side and charges Fran. That is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, come on. That's going to be 5 damage.
Ouch.
Next is Grav, which I wrote down as Gravy because you guys are horrible.
Cat? Cat, you invented gravy. Buddy invented gravy.
You're right. He did. He did. That's...
Do not blame me for gravy.
He is currently being hugged by Zeroth. He's going to grapple you back.
He can try.
Oh, he rolled a 19 plus 22.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
That hits? Okay.
So.
He just lifts you right off the ground. Next is Leica.
I'm here. All right. So
No, you're not. You're 3 stories up.
I'm 3 stories up. So I lean over the railing and I'm going to use thaumaturgy and I'm going to shout down to everyone below, members of Gray Manacle, if you have any doubts in your loyalty, do what's right and you will be rewarded by the King of Danmar. Whatever it is that you desire, he will try and make it possible. I'm just saying, think about it.
Please roll me a persuasion.
So that's a 19.
Well, fuck.
Yes!
They halt their attacks for the moment.
Awesome. So, Leica's gonna get on Gingy and beckon to Mary to do the same.
Yeah, Mary, her turn is right after yours. So, yeah, Mary gets on Gingy behind you and wraps her arms around your waist.
All right, so then we ride down, and when Leica reaches the 2nd floor, she's gonna shout, "Grav! Whatever your name is, Grav or Gravy, let's duel!"
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
I came here to kill.
All right, and the 6 Gray Manacle guards are currently looking at each other and sort of murmuring, and you hear them saying, I don't know if what we're doing is right. I mean, we did just shut off the water supply for a city. Do you think the king can get me, like, unlimited Hungry Boy meals? Hungry Boy meals are like Happy Meals, but more filling.
Cute!
Yeah.
For hungrier boys.
For hungrier boys.
For
The
sadder
hungry
boys.
Sadder, hungrier
Oh.
boys.
I wish I could eat at the Hungry Boy truck right now.
Me too.
Sarah, take your turn.
I'm going to try and batter Grav with my hands as he holds me in the air.
Okay.
Hey, I rolled a 19.
Nice, that hits.
Oh.
3 damage. And I say, magic me a sword. I don't know how magic works, so
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I
that's
like it.
totally possible.
Yeah. Now we're back at the top of the order.
I'm going to use my action
Oh,
search.
you're going to use your action search to hit him more.
Yeah. Does he have a weapon on his person?
Yeah, he does. He's got a great sword.
What is his weapon? He's got a great sword?
Yeah.
Can I try and take his great sword from him?
Sure.
If it's unsheathed, which I assume it is if
Yeah.
he's holding me. 20.
20. All right, you are able to grab his sword, although you're still grappled, so you're just sort of
I'm
Holding
just
a-
holding it.
holding a
Yeah,
really
angled
big
down.
sword.
I love it. Oh, like over, like you have like your arms around his head.
Yeah, the visual image I'm having of this is really very good.
Really good.
Yeah.
You can attack
Nice.
people behind him.
Yeah.
You just gotta convince him to walk backwards.
Now we're back to Corbin.
Okay. I'm gonna take then my spear.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to try and... This is gruesome, y'all, and I'm so sorry.
Caitlin, no, you're not.
I'm gonna try and... okay, well, let me ask a clarification question first. Gravy is wearing armor, I presume.
Yes.
Is it covering the back of his knees?
Caitlin, what is with your weird fetishes?
I
Not
mean,
what this is.
Someone
No.
call Wiki Knees.
Somebody call Wiki Knees.
you can't tell if it's covering his knees. There's nothing outwardly covering his knees.
So I'm gonna get behind him.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take the tip of my spear, and I want to shove it through the back of one of his knees.
Caitlin brings the dark energy.
18.
Do it, Corbin.
That does hit.
Yeah!
Fuck yeah.
Let
yeah.
his knees be destroyed.
Okay. 10 damage.
All right.
Does he have his knee exploded?
He's a bad person, Kat.
Yeah.
Let his knee be ruined.
He drops Zaroth and howls in pain as your spear digs deep into his knee. I don't know that it goes all the way through because a kneecap's pretty hard to bust.
Oh,
Right.
God.
So it's stuck in there, is what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you've just... He's...
Ooh.
I am
Lay 'em away.
I am physically very uncomfortable.
I'm appalled by my own action.
I'm
You're
appalled.
not.
Anyway,
Son of a bitch.
now it's the king's turn. He can't attack the guards anymore because they're not attacking him. And he is going to go after Grav because
We all hate Grab.
Yeah, fuck Grab.
he does not hit, though. So he swing and a miss there. As he does this, he calls over his shoulder to his daughter. And he says, Ida, run! Take Lord Benton with you! Get to safety! And his daughter gets up and takes the Lord by the hand, and the Lord looks very upset. He is crying and shaking.
Aw.
And his nice clothes are all rumpled and mussed, but Ida has a look of grim determination on her face as she takes the Lord's hands and then runs. And now it is Fran's turn.
How did Sumi? She just attacked me. She looks pissed off.
Yeah.
Does she look like she even listened to what Leica said, or she's just like...
she is not at all swayed.
I didn't think so. So I am going to cast Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt?
Witch Bolt on Sumi. So that is a
What did you... Oh, yeah, Witch Bolt.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And I'm going to do some lightning damage. A beautiful, robust beam of lightning just beams out of my, like, pointing finger and just, like, crackles over to her stupid head.
I like the hand motion that goes with that.
Yeah. Oh, damn. And it does 16 damage.
Yikos!
Yikos, strikos again.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Neat.
Neat. Now it is Diamond's turn. And he turns to Grav and Sumi and he says, the Gray Manacle? More like the Grave Manacle. And
I attack Diamond.
and they take nice 8 psychic damage.
Oh, God.
Vicious,
Wow.
They're like, ouch, youch. That hurts.
Vicious mockery.
Wow.
Oh, he's a bard?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay. I hate this. Continuing with Sumi, and she is blinking rapidly at the sudden pain all over her body from that sick burn.
She also got hit by lightning.
Yeah, and that too.
Both sick burns.
It was more the insult though.
All right.
She's gonna continue to engage with Fran. And does a 24 hit your armor?
Why do you ask when you know?
Because I like to rub it in sometimes.
Every time.
Me.
I would say.
Come on. That's 5 damage. And now Grav has been stabbed. His sword has been taken away.
He would attack Corbin, probably.
Yeah, he's going to try and loose Corbin's grip by punching him in the face. That's going to be 17 to hit.
Yeah, brah.
So that is 4 plus 5, so that is 9 damage. So I think you, at 9 damage getting punched in the face, he gets you off your spear.
I guess.
But he still does have a spear sticking out of his leg, so he's not having a good day. Now it's Zeroth's turn.
It's his Zern.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his Zern.
I'm going to attack him with the great sword. 11, 7. Yeah.
Neither of those hit. You swing his giant sword wildly and with little skill. Because you use a rapier usually, right?
I do. I'm a dex fighter.
Yeah.
Might as well be magic. All right. I go, how do you use this thing? As I swing it around. Not well.
All right. Now it is Leica's turn.
All right. I am going to attack Grab if I'm there yet.
Yeah, I think on your steed you can make it down the 3 flights of stairs in a turn.
Yeah. I'm going to dismount from Gingy, and I'm going to charge at Grab.
All right. Roll to hit.
I got a natural 20 and a 16 plus...
Yeah, you hit him.
So
you hit him
for
twice.
both of those?
And one of those is a critical hit.
Oh, that's so good.
He's dead.
12 for the first one.
Okay.
14 times 2, so that's 28 for the second one.
Shit. Fuck yeah.
Nice crit.
Get
Gravy.
fucked gravy. I'm gonna eat you on my mashed potatoes tonight.
Oh, girl, you're going to be on the turkey and the stuffing.
Is he dead?
Not yet. He looks real bad, though.
He stabbed Sabiha, right?
No,
Or
he stabbed Anine.
Anine? This is for Anine.
And now it is Mary's turn. Corbin needs it more. All right.
Me.
She is gonna use Healing Word, which she doesn't speak, but she gives a sign of healing. You know. She heals you for 8 damage.
Dope.
All right, and as she heals you, she signs, "Why are you doing this? We could end this peacefully." And Grav, struggling, heaving for breath, he says, "There is no peace with the gods. They took our home," and he is struggling to stay on his feet as he says this and clutching the wounds in his chest. He says, "They took our son. There will never be peace with the gods." And 3 of the Gray Manacle guards look rallied back to the cause. He was able to bring half of them back around. No!
God damn.
God damn it!
So then they are 3 of those guards are going to attack Leica, who has put so much hurt on their fearless leader.
Well, that's really rude.
Yeah, so none of that hits you. And we're back up to the top of the order with Corbin.
Okay. So I want to say to Grav, before I do my turn.
Sometimes bad stuff just happens, guy. You're not hurting the gods, you're hurting people.
And then I rip my fucking thing out of 15.
No, that doesn't hit. Or rather, you don't
I
grab.
just miss.
You don't grab.
Okay.
All right, and now it is the King of Denmar's turn, and he gets 2 attacks. Oh, that one does hit. So he slashes at Grav and says, "There will never be peace as long as you are around." And he stabs Gravy through the throat.
Holy shit!
Is Gravy dead?
And Gravy falls down dead.
Oh my fucking. Oh my god.
Are the guards persuaded by that?
No, they aren't, but everybody is a little bit taken aback as the king pulls his bloody sword out, and Grav falls to the ground in a heap. And now it is Fran's turn.
I'm going to continue to Witch Bolt her, which I can do without attacking, because
Okay.
it's connected.
All right.
It's all connected!
Witch bolt.
Okay. Well, that is 6 damage.
Nice. Okay. And now it is Diamond's turn, and he he's going to give a point of bardic inspiration to Zero.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Yeah, he has no bonuses currently, so he could use it. Now it is Sumi's turn, and she screams in rage, seeing her husband beheaded in front of her.
I mean, we didn't know it was her husband. We didn't know anything.
That's true. You didn't, but he was, so.
Oopsie.
Whoops.
Oh, you guys didn't know that?
So, she is gonna attack Fran, and that is a 19. Yeah, that's not gonna hit. So she hits once. God, she can only hit you once.
Ha! I'm so quick. She's upset.
She's upset. She's swinging wildly. And that's gonna be 9 damage.
Ouch!
Alright, and now it is Zaroth, because Crab is dead.
Okay, I'm gonna engage Sumi, and I'm going to fight her with my sword of her dead husband that I have taken
Great.
from him. I'm gonna roll my bardic. Ooh, I rolled a 6 for my bardic inspiration.
Yep.
21.
There you go.
So that's 2d6 damage. Great sword. 6, and then I'll attack her again. No bardic inspiration this time. I rolled a 1.
So you hit her once, and then the sword gets you just overbalance with the sword, and it kind of gets stuck in the floor.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll say, surrender. You're greatly outnumbered. We'll take you alive, I promise.
And now it is Leica's turn.
Okay. So, are the guards in front of me?
Yeah.
Are they blocking my path to Sumi?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to turn to them directly and say, you have a choice here. We all have a choice here. You see what happened to Grav? I've offered you another way with the king. So now, let me explain where I come from. The island that fell from the sky was created by a god to get away from all the terror that other gods have reaped on your land. There's always another way. You're never going to be able to kill all the gods. I'm not saying what they do is right, and I'm going to point to on my armor where I wrote God Killer, and I'm going to say, believe me, I want justice too, and I think there's a way to find it. But this isn't the way. You need to think about what you're doing. I'm going to roll persuasion.
Okay.
16.
All right. Yeah, I think that turns them. They lower their weapons, and they look back at Sumi, and they say, Commander, you should just stand down. And she screams, never! It killed Grav! It took my child! All of you are traitors!
Grav stabbed an innocent woman in front of us. He had it coming.
She gives a bitter laugh and says, then I deserve much worse. And it's not her turn, so she doesn't attack.
It's actually still my turn, and I am going to attack her. So that will be like over 20.
Yeah, that hits.
13
All
for
right.
the first attack, and then I'm going to use Thunderous Smite on the second attack.
Nice.
That was a 19, so that'll definitely
That
hit.
hits.
Oh!
So this is going to be a lot. 20 damage?
Okay. I mean, how do you kill her?
I think I would just run her through, like charge
Take her
her.
alive.
Sorry, she wasn't gonna go alive.
Yeah, she wasn't.
So-
I mean, she'll get to be with her family now, right?
Caitlin, that's dark.
I'm just saying.
Like the end of Gladiator.
It's like the end of Gladiator.
Caitlin's bringing the dark energy.
So Sumi falls to the ground, and with her last bit of energy, of life, she crawls her way toward Grav, and takes his cold hand, and then dies. And there she is.
Well, Corbin pulls his spear out of Grav's leg.
Yeah, I think Leica would drop her sword at this point, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at their bodies, and I shake my head, and I say, it didn't have to be this way.
The Gray Manacle soldiers who remain, they look at the king and they said, and then they point to Leica and said, that woman said that you'd give us anything we wanted if we turned, and the Guardy speaking says, and I want an unlimited pass to the Hungry Boy food truck.
Leica raises her hand and she says, I think it's only fair that I also get one of those.
The king raises his hand and says, we will discuss punishments and reparations later. For now, I need to find my daughter and my wife. he turns to the Gray Manacle soldier and says, "Take me to where you're keeping her." And they nod and they say, "Just right this way, Your Majesty." And they lead him out of the rotunda. And Diamond says, "Well, that was a fight for the ages. I will write a song about you." And he looks at the five of you with a big grin.
Oh my god.
I knew that my lord would send someone to save me.
He did not.
He doesn't care about you at all.
You really should look at maybe finding a different patron.
He asked us to be the new you, which is of course impossible.
Yeah.
No one can replace you, Diamond.
He laughs and he says, "The ways of the gods are fickle and fierce, but I knew it would all work out." And then he gives a big flourish of his coat and walks out.
I love it. I don't know who this guy is, but he's the best.
He is the best, isn't he?
He was really good.
He's so good.
I call after him, "You should kill your boss!"
So now it's just the five of you in the rotunda with some dead bodies. And you hear from above you, "I don't even understand what my traitor brother sees in you. You're all so annoying."
Mila!
And you look...
What the fuck?
You look up to see a pink-haired half-elf in black leather armor standing on the railing of the balcony above you. She leaps down and lands lightly in front of you and stamps her foot in frustration, her lower lip thrust out and glowering. "I've been working so hard for so long, and now it's all just..." She makes a big, wide gesture encompassing the blood and dead bodies.
Gravy?
Zeroth, I will deal with you later. Stand aside.
What?
I take care of these annoyances.
But we beat the bad guys. They're the bad guys. And I point to the dead bodies.
No, they're the bad guys. And she points at the guardians and the goddess. They're the ones who are standing in the way of everything, and they ruined all of my hard work and all of my planning.
I am...
Raise your hand if you have tried to kill an entire city today. And I don't raise my hand.
Nobody raises their hand.
Nobody raises their hand.
I'm confused.
No, Zeroth!
Zeroth, their goddess, or whatever, is using them. I can't explain. It's all very complicated, but just trust me, please. They need to be stopped before they ruin everything and plunge this world into chaos.
Hey, Zeroth, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that that's probably Torva's daughter, and she's a fucking asshole.
Just look at her earrings.
Look at her fucking earrings.
She's literally his biggest fan.
Torva all over.
What are her earrings?
She's wearing broken tower earrings.
I have an earring.
Yeah, you do.
Your earring doesn't have a broken tower on it, Zeroth. Please! It's just a regular earring.
This is not helping my confusion.
It's not that people with earrings are evil.
I think Laika would look to the goddess, because that means this is potentially her half-sister. So is she having a reaction to that?
She's very shocked. She begins to sign Mila, and the girl shrieks, "My name is not Mila! It's Milava! That's the name my father gave me, and I will earn the rest of it if I just kill you!"
How much longer do you want your name to get?
And she draws out her short sword, and we're back in initiative. It is Milava's turn first, and she is going to charge at... She's going to charge at Mary.
No.
Fuck. That will hit. Okay, so that is going to be 5 damage, and then does she pass her Constitution saving throw? She does not. And she takes 28 damage.
She takes 28 damage?
5 plus... Yikes. That hurts.
Is that the poison?
Yeah. Now it is Laika's turn.
All right. So I think the first thing Laika does is get in between her and the goddess. And I am going to use my last spell. I'm going to attack twice and use Wrathful Smite as a bonus action.
Okay.
I rolled an 11 plus 7, so that's 18, and then 19. She must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the spell ends. So 13 damage.
Okay, and what? Well, hold on. She has to roll a wisdom saving throw, which she rolled a 19 on.
She still takes the full damage.
But she's not frightened?
Yeah, she's just not frightened.
Okay, great. And now, Zeroth, it is your turn. Are you going to attack your childhood best friend?
I'm going to say, I don't understand, but these people, these four, they helped save the city and helped people from dying of thirst. Mila, stop! And then I'm going to... I don't want to attack her. I want to rip my earring off. And then...
Oh my god.
Take your jewelry off.
I take my earring out, and then something happens.
Something happens?
Alright, I gotta roll a D100.
You guys remember when he exploded in a fireball?
Yeesh. I said it was a normal earring and I was wrong.
You were absolutely wrong.
Okay, this happens. For the next turn, I regain 5 hit points at the start of each turn.
What the fuck?
Rudy!
Who is Zara?
Who are you?
Then I will attack her with my rapier. 23.
That does.
13 non-lethal damage. And I say, don't hurt that lady.
Fran, it is your turn.
I'm gonna pull out the manacles that we have and I throw them to Zara. And I also, inside of my beautiful Genasi mind, I'm going to pray to Phelan. I'm gonna press my palms together, and in my brain, I'm screaming, Phelan, you asshole, I need you to make your sister betray somebody.
All right. Now, Corbin, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Call Lightning.
Okay, call that lightning.
I'm calling it.
Do you have to roll to hit?
She has to, what does she have to roll? A dexterity
Dex.
saving throw.
Okay. And that is a 19.
So, well, that checks, but she still takes half damage.
Actually, she does not. As an assassin, she has the skill Evasion. And this effect allows... Yeah, if they don't succeed, they take half damage. If they succeed,
okay.
they take no damage.
Fuck that bullshit. All right, I flip her off and I continue about my business.
All right, and now it is Mary's turn. And she is going to cast another healing word
On herself?
on Fran.
No, Mary!
Okay, so that is going to be 13?
Nice.
13 damage back to you.
And I say, heal your damn self, Mary.
All right. And now we're back to the top of the order with Milava. Well, Laika's really the one who's up in her face, so I guess she'll have to attack Laika. Ooh, and that is a 19. So that one is gonna hit you. And the second one's only a 9. And so that's gonna be... Constitution save, sorry.
I got a natural 20.
Okay, so then you take 9 damage total.
9 damage total?
Yep.
Tis nothing.
Okay, and then it is Laika's turn.
So I'm gonna flip her off, and then I'm gonna heal Mary for 20 points of health.
Okay, that's
Nice.
probably good. She
Yeah.
probably needs
Yeah,
that.
go ahead, do that.
Yeah.
She really only had 1 hit point left, so...
Holy shit.
All right, and then it is Zeroth. It's your turn again.
Alright, I'm gonna roll on the wild magic table. Here we go. 28. For the next minute, all your spells with a casting time of 1 action have a casting time of 1 bonus action. Oh, that's a cool spell for someone who knows how to use magic, which is it's a cool ability. I'm just gonna hit her again. 16, 17.
Yeah, both those hit.
Both those hit. Okay. 22 damage total.
Yikos. Okay.
Just surrender.
Zeroth, I can't. And Fran, it's your turn.
Okay, I continue to pray inside my mind. Thinking viciously, Phelan, we could really... She mentioned your nasty name. Not exactly. Come on down, Phelan. And then I am going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay.
So I hurl 3 rays of fire at her. I got 1 over 20, 1 19, and 18.
That hits.
Okay, cool. So 3. I do like a wind up like a baseball player.
Oh, very cool.
Very
Very
good.
nice.
So 1 does 8 damage.
Okay.
1 does 8 damage again. And the last one does 9 damage.
So Mila takes each one and stumbles back each time until she drops to one knee, panting. She says, "Next time, I'm coming back for you and you won't be so lucky." And she points towards the window and her finger turns into black smoke which envelops the rest of her body. The smoke races toward the window like ink through water, but then another streak of smoke slams into her, and Milava rematerializes, falling to the floor in a heap. You're done, Milava. You failed. Milava struggles up to her feet. Says, no, I can try again. I'm going to earn my name. You've failed. And Phelan jumps down from the balcony, landing like a feather on the marble floor. She gets up to her feet again and grabs her sword, lunging at him with bared teeth. But he steps forward and to the side, and her sword misses him, clattering to the floor. When he steps back, there's a small dagger protruding from her gut. Ooh. So Mila looks down at her gut, and then her eyes turn to you, Zara. Zara, help me, please. And then she collapses to the floor. Phelan picks her up off the floor, and then looks at you guys, says, keep up the good work. He then points, and is enveloped in black smoke, which flies out the window.
I point at him, and I'm like, I did that.
I point at him and I say,
Cut off your arm, you coward!
Leica points at him and screams, cut off that arm!
I point at him and say, who the hell was that?
That's our weird friend that we hate.
Fran's boyfriend.
That's not...
Where's he taking Mila?
A hospital.
Yep.
For gods. You know Mila was a god, right?
Yeah, I figured that out. But who's he?
He's like a different god. He's like also a god.
He's probably her brother. And they're probably both children of Torva.
Yeah.
I mean, not probably.
But
you know that Phelan is...
Well, we haven't done a biological test yet. We can't be
Yeah, we
sure.
haven't gotten the samples back from the lab, but it's pretty likely.
And the question I have for you, Zeroth, is what the hell was that?
What the hell was what?
Your magic.
I thought your earring was normal, but it betrayed me.
I say nothing, and I put the earring back in.
No, take it out.
I know a magic boy when I see one.
You were amazing.
It's a secret. I'm not supposed to show anyone. They don't like magic down here.
It was slightly above average.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Blue person. I don't know. I could always do this. And Mila was the one that always helped me keep it under control because she knew that if anyone found out, bad things would happen.
Did you have those abilities before you knew her?
I've had them since I was born.
Weird.
That's a mystery.
Yeah, I know. Where did he take her?
We don't know where he took her, but last time we saw him was at Torva's base.
Okay. Where was that?
It's on a mountain. It's called Torva's Jaw.
Hey, if you want a new goal to start, destroying that base would be a really good goal. Because Torva's pretty much the source.
I don't care about the base. I care about Mila. So if she's there, then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna save her. And I start picking things up.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you better bring every Gray Manacle officer you can find with you. And even then, you'll still probably die.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, and I just keep picking things. I grab food and stuff that it's on the ground. There's food on the ground, right?
Sure.
I just start gathering things that I think I'll need. I take weapons and daggers
Zeroth,
and stuff.
just
buddy.
wait. We don't know that she's there. I mean, Phelan's the god of betrayal, so it could be he's not working with Torva. He might have taken her to a totally different location.
Mary grabs your arm, Zeroth, to get your attention.
Yeah, please, someone who's not weird. Help me out here.
Uh-oh.
Mary gives a somewhat rueful smile, and then she signs, "Throwing your life away is not going to save her. You should come back with us to our people." She signs, "We can help you learn how to use your magic, and then you can go after her."
Are you gonna kill her because of because she's Torvis' daughter?
Not if we don't have to. And if
Not if she's cool.
if you can get through to her and she doesn't keep trying to end the world or whatever Torva's trying to do.
I can. I know I can. I can save her. She's different, but I know inside she's still the good person she was.
Well, she's a god, so if you pray for her, she might be able to hear you.
So after all of this, horrible things happen. The king, he comes back with his wife and his daughter, and he's so thankful to you guys. He invites you to stay at the Blue Palace as his guests once, they get everything cleaned up. The servants and the nobles who are being held captive are shaken, but they quickly begin to set the castle to rights. Well, the servants begin to set the castle to rights. The nobles mostly complain about broken furniture and scuffed surfaces. And one woman in particular is deeply offended by the sword that has marred the floor of the Great Rotunda from Rudy's forceful strike. But yeah, you are invited to spend the next couple days at the Blue Palace. The king rewards all of you very richly. You are each given 1,000 silver pieces.
Whoa.
And Zeroth, you too are rewarded. You also get 1,000 silver pieces.
I give it to an orphanage. I don't want the king's money.
Aww.
So, Zeroth, Mary takes you back to the Estrins and introduces you to Aaliyah and Buddy, and she tells them what's going on and that you need their help, and they agree to help. While there, you're checking in with the guards, and while they've been busy setting the city to rights, the Estrins have gotten organized. The king extends them an offer to become citizens of the city, but they don't really want to. This is a desert city, and they're all from a lush green place, and in order for it to feel like home, they need to find somewhere that feels right.
Those are our bougie citizens.
Just like an Estrin.
There's no coconut water here, and
But yeah, so they begin organizing for an expedition to go find a new place to call home.
Cool. I'm down with that. Danmar sucks.
Yeah, so Zeroth,
I go with them.
they're happy to have you along as a guide, since you at least know somewhat of what this terrain of this world looks
I do
like.
speak the language as well.
Yeah,
Something
and they start teaching you Estrin. I mean, it's pretty rudimentary at first, but the restorationist helps and works as your translator for a while. So after about a week, Mary gathers the three of you. Zeroth, you're off with the Estrins, and she signs to you, I think I need to tell them all who I am. I don't feel right pretending anymore. Will you come with me?
Of course.
Yeah, Mary, we got your back.
Mm-hmm.
Fran, more enthusiasm.
Yes, I love to take risks and have possible terrible things happen. It's my
Medium.
favorite thing.
Medium to lukewarm effort.
Good.
Well, Fran, do you think I shouldn't? She signs.
Man, Mary, I don't know what you should freaking do.
If this'll help you be more confident in who you are, then yeah, of course you should.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge you for lying, but it's up to you, bro.
She gives a little smile and nods and says, okay, let's get everyone gathered then. So you guys go to the training field of the guards, which is where the Estrins have just been camped out. They were offered rooms in the city, and they've all pretty much decided that they don't want to get separated, so they decided that they're all going to keep camping together.
That's nice.
And Zeroth, you're kind of swept into this as well, as the Estrins are being gathered all together.
So, Zeroth just wants to belong to a community. It's a big part of why he was so taken in with the Gray Manacle, even though they were doing some less than nice things. So, he is embracing the people of Estra and is trying his best to learn as fast as possible the language, even though he's a dummy.
So they gather you up, and Zeroth, the restorationist, he's kind of taken you under his wing. He's standing with you in this crowd of Estrins as Mary gets up on sort of, it's not really a stage, but it's a slightly raised platform. And she She looks back at the three of you, who she's sort of arranged behind her in a very sort of formal, ceremonial-looking way.
Are we wearing fancy clothes?
Yeah, you are. And really, the whole vibe of the gathering, it feels a lot like the last time you were with the rest of the Estrins.
Oh, God.
At the Festival of Lights.
Don't like
I
that.
think we're all extremely nervous and
I'm
like
shaking.
we are definitely armed behind her. But we're looking casual.
Yeah.
I'm leaning against a wall that's not there.
I'm standing like this.
I'm like squatting with my legs spread.
Yeah.
Will you describe how you're standing?
I'm standing with my legs wide apart and my arms out like robot arms near to where my sword is and smiling crazily.
Yeah, I'm doing a similar stance.
Yeah.
But like,
You guys inspire such confidence among the people of Estra. And the goddess begins. I'm sorry, she signs, but there's something I have to tell you. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not the goddess. And there's a murmur of shocked voices, but Mary holds up a hand and they go quiet again. I'm her daughter. When she bore me, something in her hands fidget, and then she continues, something went wrong, and her spirit wasn't passed to me. I have some of her powers, but none of her memories. I spent years deceiving you, and I know that's wrong. However, there were those in my mother's temple who aligned with her enemies, and they misled all of us into believing we were on the right path. Instead, they led us into the destruction of our city, and I was not strong enough to stop them. I'm not my mother. I'm not as strong or as wise as she was. But I'm trying to set right what my negligence has wrought. I cannot raise Estra again. I cannot bring back our home. But I can stop Torva before he does more damage to the world. And I will. That's why you must go on without me. Find a safe place to build and call your own. She brings a hand up and touches her forehead, bowing her head to the crowd. And she continues to sign, I love my people, and I'll continue to fight for you and for peace that will last in the world. Thank you. And the crowd is silent for a long minute that stretches on for just too long. And then someone in the front puts their fingers to their forehead and bows their head. And everyone else begins to do the same.
I do the same too.
We all do.
yeah,
the
we all do
same.
it. I'm still squatting though.
Zeroth, the restorationist, elbows you.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on, but I do it too. Because I still don't really understand.
The goddess immediately begins crying, just tears running down her face, and she nods to everyone. And then she looks back at her guardians and sort of makes a motion that for all of you to leave the stage with her.
We group hug.
Yeah, I was
though.
just gonna
I
say
mean, we
Corbin
are gonna
runs in for a group hug.
hug
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, it's immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bury my face in her shoulder and I say, that went way better than I thought it would.
I was so worried.
You're the most amazing, crazy Mary I've ever known, Mary.
She's just crying and hugging you guys. And, so, after the ceremony, Mary pulls you aside, and she's a little skittish. She keeps, starting to say things, or starting to sign things with her hands, and then stopping. And eventually she signs to you, I think you should go with the Estrins.
So I guess Leica would look over at her, somewhat surprised.
I know you want to stay with me and with the others, and I wish you could, but I'm afraid that they won't make it on their own, and I think you're the only one who could lead them.
Okay. I think, Leica would take a minute to think this over, and then she would nod slowly and say, if you think that's best, then that's what we should do.
Mary looks at you, and her look has the weight of all that you've been through together. From first meeting in that forest, to falling, to saving each other time and time again on this hard road, and knowing the harder road that she's sending you on. She then pulls back and musters the most serene smile that she can, blinking back tears. And she signs, "Thank you, Leica."
Code 2050 is a lightweight rule set extension that gently layers the D25E system without changing a single existing rule. It keeps everything you love about the greatest role-playing game, the combat, the races, the monsters, the magic, and adds tech. Drones, cars, computers, guns, and explosions.
Code 2050 is lightweight, but it's versatile. They've provided the nuts and bolts to build a near-future campaign. So you've got all the rules you need for guns, computers, vehicles, explosions, and how all these work within existing 5e rules. The goal of this game was to transition from a traditional sword and sorcery campaign to a less traditional shotgun and sorcery campaign set on Earth in the year 2050.
What kind of stories can you tell with Code 2050? Pretty much any of them. Code 2050 is every bit as flexible as 5e. So if you want a fun romp with plucky adventurers dispatching fantastical monsters, that's no problem. You want a campaign of political intrigue and corporate espionage between megacorp dynasties? Again, no problem.
So check out legendarypants.net/DSPN, where you can browse the 2050 system resource document, learn a little bit more about the world of 2050, and check out the Kickstarter project. Again, that's legendarypants.net/DSPN.